Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, our topic for discussion is purpose and functions of communication. When we do communicate, remember, and no matter whatever we do, behind it we do have a purpose and function. We do nothing without purpose and function. And if we do something without purpose and function, that is something informal communication. So, let's start reading to understand that what is the function and the purpose of communication. Why do we communicate between persons? So, communication, now look at the first sentence of the paragraph. That is, communication is important both for an individual and also for the society. It's crystal clear that communication is important both for society and an individual. Second sentence, a person's need for communication is as strong and as basic as the need to eat, sleep, and love. Now, it has been exaggerated that the person's purpose and need for communication is equally ranked comparatively to the need of a person's eating, sleeping, and love. Next one. Communication is the requirement of social existence and a resource in order to engage in the sharing of experiences. With the help of communication, we can sustain our living in the society, and also we can raise our experiences inside the society. We can learn from the society, from the experiences we and lessons we get from the society. Next, isolation is in fact the severest punishment for human being. By isolation we means a separation of an individual or a person from the rest of the individuals or persons. So it means that isolation is the strictest punishment for human being. If you keep a person isolated from the environment of the people, this is the most hilarious punishment according to this sentence. Next one, grown-ups, children, and old people all need to communicate. By the grown-ups we means elders and also older people and children and old people all need to communicate. Society punishes criminals by locking them up in solitary cells. Solitary cells means separate prisons. And society punishes criminals by locking them up in solitary cells. It means that society, when in society an individual commits a crime, and if that crime is proved against him, people sometimes lock that person in separate prison, and the purpose of that is to make his mind normal once again, thus starving them of the basic needs and indeed the fundamental right to communicate. So by this way, to keep him in solitary prison, the purpose is to deprive him from basic need, and that basic need and fundamental need, that is to communicate. So if he will remain in isolation, he will think, and his mind will heal. Communication thus involves active interaction with our environments. So from the above, it is pretty much clear that communication involves active interaction with our environments. That without communication, an environment cannot exist. Communication is the backbone for an environment: physical, biological, and social. And that interaction must be physical. A person must live in a society. Physically, he must be there. Biological and social. For environments, that environments may either be in which the communication is going to take place must be physical, biological, and social. That will be a society, not a jungle. That will be biological and physical. Deprived of this interaction, we would not be aware of whether we are safe or in danger. If we cut off someone or ourselves from society, we will go into the hands of demons and danger. We will not be aware that what will happen to us if we are in an alien place, whether hated or loved, and we won't know that we are being hated or loved by someone. Or satisfied or hungry, or we will be satisfied, or we will be starving, or we will bear the pain of hunger. Next, however, most of us take this interaction and this relationship for granted. So sometimes people ignore these things, that if we isolate ourselves from society, what will become out of us. And also, if we isolate ourselves from the society, and if we do not communicate, and if we do not understand the different kinds of communications and the way we ought to communicate, so people take it for granted and they don't take it seriously. So unless we experience some deprivation of it, we don't take it seriously, and we take it for granted unless we face some difficulty. Next one, when that happens, we adopt ourselves to the environment so that we do not lose touch in both the literal and figurative senses. So when that happens, we adapt ourselves to the environment so that we do not lose touch. Do not lose touch has been used figuratively. It has also literal meaning, that is word-to-word meaning, and also figurative meaning. And this word literally means that we ought not touch the society, and also figuratively it means isolation. Touch, isolation. If we are in touch with our society, it means that we belong to the society and we are in the society. And if we lose touch, out of the society, it means that we are in isolation. Essentially, the primary function of communication is to inform, educate, entertain, and persuade people. Now, this is the concluding sentence, the very important sentence, and it is a highly considerable sentence, because it sums up what we studied above. That essentially the primary function of communication is what? Information, education, entertainment, and persuasion. Persuade people to make someone do something. To make someone do something. When you want to persuade someone, it means that you want to make him do something for you, or you want to make him agree with your point of view. So other similar meanings may also be included with these meanings. Now, following are the basis functions of communication: education and instruction. Previously we studied the purpose of communication, and then we right now joined the purpose and the functions by this sentence. Essentially, the primary function of communication is to inform, educate, entertain, and persuade people. So this is enough for now, and in the next lecture we will start from the basic functions of communication, and that will be from education and instruction. What will be the functions of communication? The first one will be education and instruction, that we use communication in education and instruction, and for the purpose of education and instruction. So till then, best of luck for your studies, and thank you very much.